Assalamu alaikum. Today we're going to talk about scammers, and I'm going to tell you what you should look out for because there's a lot of people out there who are trying to get money off of you, especially now with COVID going around and so many people joining these matrimonial websites. This is the best place for them and the best opportunity for them to make money, right? So I'm going to give you some key tips here. So first, you have to understand that most of the scammers, they are of the male origin, right? You have some female ones as well, but majority of them are male. They are older or they pose as being older. They are also, their marital status is divorced because they feel that they can relate to a person who's also divorced because their key target is women who are older and divorced or women who are older and single parent. They feel that they're more vulnerable, so they tend to target those types of women. That's why their status is divorced. Their career is usually like in and out. It's like they're either a construction worker, they're in the military, or some other job that requires them to move around a lot or not work often, right? But they have really high salary, so they put a high salary down as 100,000 and up, and they figure that will attract the women more, right? Because more money, hey, why not, right? They also have bad grammar. So when you read their profile and the information that they write, there's a bit of grammar issues in there, right? Not only that, if it's not that issue, it's an issue of it being too perfect. So they will have the perfect, information, but this is how they write it, right? They don't address too much Islamic views because they may not be Muslim. Most of the times they're not Muslim, right? They start messaging you, it's a completely different than how it sounds like when what they have written, right? It would be more like broken English or really bad English, and you're thinking, wait, you wrote this really nice, documentary about yourself, and now you're messaging me and you can't even make a proper sentence, right? So something's up there with that. The other thing is, they tend to message a lot of people at the same time, and not only that, when they start messaging one person, they will start off with a really short line, and then they'll continue going one after the next. A lot of messages that will come to you, and at one point the most common message that they always say is that their account is closing soon. I won't be able to access my account anytime soon, so can you please give me your phone number or give me your email address and we can talk from there, kind of thing, because they want to get you off the website. Because lately they've realized that people are catching on to them. They're not going to try asking you for money, on the platform that you're using. So they want to get you off of it. So what they do is they try to say whatever they can just to get you off. So now you're naturally thinking, hey, you know what? This guy sounds really nice. I'm just going to go message him. Um, his email address, or I'll give him my email address or exchange phone numbers, right? Sometimes they try not to give you their information, but they ask for your information. And these women tend to give their information first and quickly, right? Which is quite sad because, I mean, the minute someone's asking, for your information, you shouldn't really just like give it to them, right? But they do it, they give it to them. The next thing is, a lot of them come off as converts or reverts, you want to call them. They give you that story about them being, converted to Islam, and then you feel, wow, this guy's great. They also have a photo that doesn't belong to them. So their photo that they're using is taken from the internet or it's taken from another scammer. Apparently, it looks like all the scammers get together and they're like, hey guys, let's just use this photo and then we'll rotate it, right? Every time we join a website. Because even though they may have a smart tactic to try to get you off the website, they're also kind of dumb because when they create a profile, they use the same photo all the time. Not only that, they have the same content about themselves that they write. It's like copying and pasting because they don't have time to waste. They want to get you off and they want to grab your attention and they want your money. So they don't have time to sort out what kind of photos to use and which one they used last time and this that. They don't think about that, right? So they're kind of not very smart in that sense. So once you start talking to them, they start giving you the story about their life to make you feel sorry for them, the story about how they had to take care of their wife sick with cancer or some sort of disease, and she passed away and left you with a child or no child, but you know what I mean, that's the storyline that they give you. And then you start feeling sorry for them, and that's when they start trying to get money from you. And then you're thinking that this is going somewhere. They even talk about meeting your parents and arranging when to meet, and they go into so much details, and you're thinking this guy is serious, right? And it's moving really quickly. That's another thing. It's moving really quickly. And you don't notice all the other stuff because now you're just blinded by the fact that this person's really interested in you. Not only does he look nice because he's a nice picture, he's, maybe understanding your situation because he went through a similar situation, or you're both in the same divorce status, right? So you feel like, okay, this guy's legit, right? And then eventually he starts getting money off you, or he'll make all these promises and find out that you're taking a little too long to give him the money, so he'll just like disappear. And there you are, all heartbroken, because a lot of women end up being heartbroken from this. And then they end up thinking, you know what, this site sucks, like, I mean, you got all these scammers here, and everyone's like this, everyone's like that. But you know what? Just because one person is a scammer doesn't mean they're all scammers, right? The key thing is to make sure that you don't give out your personal information to someone right away. As soon as you join the website or whatever matrimonial services that you're using, don't just give your personal information out. Get to know the person a little bit more on the platform that you're using, and then you can, if you feel that it's going somewhere and the person feels real, you can give out, one of your personal information, whichever one you choose to do. And then, you arrange to meet with someone else with you if you want to do that, or even do a video call to see if this person's real. Um, these are the things you have to do. You can't just like give out your information and feel sorry for someone because they give you a sad story, because that's what they do. Okay, so watch out for those scammers wherever you are, whatever platform you're on, and be careful out there. Take care and assalamu alaikum.